And you sort of hang around here all summer and work out. And
yeah, all that stuff. I love it here. I always said I'd keep coming back, so as long as I can. I kept my place here. Kevin Miller rented it, but now that he signed his big deal, I think he bought a mansion somewhere, so I got to find somebody to rent my place. But no, it's been good. I've been back since the middle of June, been traveling a little bit, but basically here since the middle of June.
He says former Boston Bruin, and it's still
stings you a little.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird. It's just weird. Is it strange to you at all, or is it just like, hey, I'm?
No, I mean, I'm liking life in Florida. I mean, I loved it here too. Obviously, I keep coming back, but I'm not gonna lie to you. When I send pictures of me on the driving range in February, and you guys are shoveling out your car, I don't miss it too much.
You know, and look, some of this is just who you are, but I'm wondering if there's a story that goes beyond that. When I think about your impact in this community and how you continue to stay around, but not to stay around, you're a contributor to this community. Is there something was there an incident you said, you know what, I got to do more, or what was it?
I think my parents beat it into me as a young age to give back. No, there's no real incident. I think ever since I started playing pro, even when I was way back in St. John's, me and my roommates back then, we used to go visit the hospitals and stuff just because we enjoyed doing it. I mean, we're pretty spoiled to play a sport for a living, and I feel like I say the same thing every year when we're on here, but it's pretty easy to give back, and a lot of guys are really good at it. I mean, across the board on all sports, there's a lot of people giving back, and it's great to see. I think this town has a sense of community. When you're walking around and everyone saying hello and knows who you are and all that stuff, it makes things a lot easier and a lot more comfortable to give back.
I got to say, as a guy who's lived here my whole life, that Bostonians, people from New England, have sort of an attitude about athletes that seem like they don't want to be here, and take a weird kind of pride in guys who come from elsewhere and stay here and consider it their home. And you strike me as one of those guys that this is always going to be where you say you're from.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, I don't get my own hometown. I don't get back there too much anymore. I fell in love with it here. When we moved here, I said, if I'm going to have to put up the winters, I'm going to enjoy the summers and see what it's like. And we just fell in love with the city. Massachusetts people, when you first get here, I mean, I remember going to the Warren Tavern, and it used to take me a half hour to get a beer until they get to know you. And then once they know you, they're the greatest people in the world. And once you're in, and there's no letting go. So, yeah, I mean, I've kind of embraced it, and they've definitely embraced me being around. So, yeah, I love it.
You and I have talked about this in the past. I always thought when your playing career was over, whenever that is, that you were going to go into this end of the business, a broadcaster. But now I'm reading you're going to be management or something.
Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, I was going to come steal your job.
I know.
And, then,
and most days you could have it.
Well, then I decided I liked you, so I'd go do something else.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No, yeah, the opportunity presented itself. I'm playing another year, obviously. They offered one more year, and I was happy to take it. I always said I'd play as long as I could. But then, yeah, probably going to transition to the business side of sports in the Panthers organization afterwards. They approached me when I was trying to figure out what I was going to do, whether I was coming back here or going to stay down there. And ownership approached me and asked if I'd be interested, and I definitely am. I think it's a huge opportunity for me, and for them to have that much confidence in me it says a lot too. So I think they might have more confidence in me than I have in myself, but I'll take it.
So I look forward to seeing a hockey team shaped by Shawn Thornton. Is there now the team?
I'll be more on the business side though. I'm not going to be drafting kids.
Come on
now.
I
have a terrible eye for that.
You wouldn't be interested in that kind of thing?
You know, maybe. I just I've been moving around for 20 years, and I feel like there's more security on the suites and business and budgets and shaking hands with city councilors and all that stuff. I feel like as long as you don't mess that job up and you put a good effort in, you get to stick around a little bit longer. I mean, GMs, coaches kind of come and go with what the team's doing, and I've had that insecurity on where I was going to live for the last 21 years of my life, and that doesn't sound as interesting to me anymore.
So how do you prep for something like that? Do they show you the ropes? Do you take business classes?
Yeah, I'll be shadowing our president and CEO, from what I'm told, if everything goes according to plan. Guy Matt Caldwell down in Florida, and Peter Luco, who worked for the Flyers for a long time, and is now our I think he's the chairman for the Panthers. I'll be shadowing those guys, and they'll be trying to teach me, show me the ropes, I suppose.
Any part of that involve if a business deal doesn't go through, you just drop the gloves and pound on the
Yes, yeah. Well, not pound.
You got to use those skills.
More like choke out, probably. So
Good,
you don't leave any marks. Yeah.
Around here, the joke is that these two think that Tom Brady's going to play till he's like 45 years old. Jaromir Jagr will.
Yeah, he is. He is 45 right now.
I know.
And he led our team in scoring last year. It's amazing. And I agree. I think Brady could play till he's 45 if he stays healthy. I think he's got a mind for it and obviously a work ethic from what you see.
But you watch Yager every day. I mean, how do you do that at that age?
I don't know. I mean, he's young at heart. That helps. He's still having fun. I think that's the biggest thing. I still enjoy it. I still have fun. It doesn't feel like work when you're going to the gym. It doesn't feel like work when you're doing a little bit extra at our age, if you're still having fun with the game. And I think that's probably key. He's like a big kid when he's in the room, so that probably keeps him young.
You know, a lot of, not that you're in this category, but a lot of older athletes.
No, I'm definitely in that category now. I just turned 39.
They say how hard it is just to prepare, and you can't do what you did when you were 28, 29. Do you feel that? And if you do feel it, just give us an example of working out 10 years ago versus now.
Yeah, I don't recover as quick as I used to. I can still do all the same things I was doing 7, 8 years ago. It's just I'm a little bit more sore the next day. So you have to mix in a little bit more too. You know, I have to do a little bit more cardio. I have to definitely watch what I eat and what I drink to make sure it's not as easy to keep the LVs off. And I think that's the same with anyone in life. As soon as they start creeping up, it's a little bit harder. But I enjoy it. I embrace it. So I don't mind going for a second run in the middle of the afternoon or jumping on the bike at 6 in the morning or what. I like that stuff.
The nightlife takes a little bit more of a toll than it did when you were 23, too, right?
Yeah, I'm such an old man. I'm in bed at like 9:30, 10 o'clock now. I went out for dinner on Saturday with a couple people. It was like 11:30. I was like, I'm done. I can't even see midnight anymore.
Look, this question is not designed to put you on the spot, but when you left Boston, I'm among many people who felt you left behind a bit of a leadership vacuum on the Bruins. Now, when you went to your new team, did you get the sense that you were there partly to be that guy, that kind of clubhouse?
Myself, Willie Mitchell, we signed at the same time. Derek McKenzie, UC Jokinen. We were told when we got there, basically, like, we have a very young team. They're gonna power the ship, but we need you guys to steer it. I mean, we have Barkov, Ekblad, Huberdeau. We got a plethora of young talent, and Bjugstad. And we're trying to, we just wanted to try and groom them the right way and show them which direction, how to work, UC's almost won, or maybe did win, I can't remember. Mitchie won. I've won a couple. So just trying, and we got good young kids that they listen. They don't roll their eyes when whatever, old man. You don't know what you're talking about. They're really good about it. So yeah, that was definitely part of the role when we were brought in.
Michael mentioned that you have continually given back to this community since you left. You've got your foundation, and you've always made a very generous donation to this endeavor as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't want to take anything away from anyone else because I try and give to a lot of the children's hospitals around here. But the Jimmy Fund, I mean, I'm not sure if anybody does a better job than them. I mean, I love children's too, and it's like when you go in there, it's amazing. So yeah, we cut a check today, and happy to keep doing it as long as I can. The foundation's doing well. Just had our golf tournament, and we had, I think, 11 or 12 runners for the Falmouth Road Race that raised a good amount of money. So it was easy to cut a check and come in and hand it over.
Parkinson's is a big part of your fundraising endeavors based on your mom's history.
Yeah, it's both my grandparents actually had it. So try and split it 50-50, pediatric cancer and Parkinson's. Usually most of the golf tournament goes towards Parkinson's, and then it ends up the marathon, Falmouth, and whatever else we can squeeze in, and whatever any donations come in usually goes to cancer, and it usually evens out pretty evenly.
You're modest, but I will tell people that he donated $25,000 today to this, so thank you.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it.
Oh, at least I can do it. I wish it was more.
No, it's a lot of money. We really appreciate it.
That is a lot of money.
We were talking off air if there's something you and I can do. A Thornton fight or something? Like,
yeah.
I'll let you punch me as hard as you can if someone gives.
How much?
I don't know. Yeah, I know. We got
some cash in our
I gotta call my lawyer and make sure we can sign off on this, but I have no problem.
See, the lawyers wreck everything. Okay.
Shawn Thornton, we want an event that will last longer than 2 seconds.
I'll drop the sticks and gloves. I will butter your necktie, pal.
Stop it.
Shawn, great to see you again.
Good to see you.
Always
guys.
good to see you back
Thanks
in
for
town.
having me.
Shawn Thornton, now of the Florida Panthers. I have trouble tripping over.
I told you.
I know. I
Same
trip
thing.
over at former Boston
That's why I
Bruin.
said your new team, just because it's new. It's 2 years, but it feels like it's never settled in.
We are continuing on. Here it is the 15th annual WEEI NESN Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon.